This video is going to show you how to pick up the neck of a cardigan. This is a round neck cardigan and it's the Kimberley. It's still in testing at the moment. Absolutely beautiful cardigan. I know it's going to be a big hit with our customers. So we've got our fronts here, left front, right front, and there's my back. Still got the stitches from the back on a spare needle. On the pattern you need to pick up the 5 stitches from the front. So this is the right front, so I'm going to just pick them up and put them on the needle. I've already knit them on the row, so I don't need to knit them again. And now I need to pick up 14 stitches between here and the back. I don't normally section it off, but I'll show you how to section it off so that you pick up your stitches evenly. If you end up picking up a couple of extra stitches, it won't matter. Try not to pick up less stitches than you're told, but a couple of extra won't matter. If you are picking up stitches and you are picking up extra ones, always pick up the same number of extra ones on both sides of the neck, otherwise you'll have a wonky neck. And also, if you are picking up extra stitches, always pick up 2 extra stitches. For a cardigan that has a 1 by 1 rib. So if your cardigan has got a rib like this one, so it's 1 by 1, then you want 2 extra stitches. Not many of the cardigans I think have got a 2 by 2 rib, so it's mainly 1 by 1s. So you can take your shoulder seam and where your front is just by the stitches that you put on for the neckband, and you're going to fold it in half. Doesn't matter which way around you fold it in half. And it only needs to be rough, it doesn't need to be exact. And I'm going to I've folded it in half, get this point here, and I'm just going to put a marker in at that point. This is just a scrap piece of wool, that's all it is. It doesn't need to be anything spectacular. You can use a stitch marker if you want to. So that's just there. It won't be there for very long, so it doesn't need to be tied in or anything. Then I'm going to do the same again, so I'm going to halve it again. This time I'll just show you that I'm going to use a stitch marker. So there's my half there. I'm just going to use a stitch marker this time, just to show you what I'm doing. Right, and then you need to do the same again. I'm just going to thread my needle again with another bit of scrap wool. And I'm going to separate here to here. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to just tuck the yarn through there. So all I've done is I've sectioned off the right front of my neck into 4 sections. So I need to pick up 14 stitches. Unfortunately 14 doesn't divide by 4 exactly, so we're going to have to do a little bit of sort of fancy maths, but if we say 12 divided by 4, that's 3, so I need 3 stitches on each of these, and then I need an extra 2 stitches, so I could put the 2 stitches at this marker and this marker. That would spread it out nicely. So I need 3 stitches in this space here. So I'm going to put my needle through. Make sure when you do put it through, you go through a full stitch and not just like a little loop like that, otherwise you'll end up with a hole. So I'm going through the stitch. Yeah. Get your yarn back on, leave a decent end and create the stitch. That's 1. I'm going to go in here. That's 2. And I'm going to go in here. That's 3. Okay, so I've picked up my 3 stitches. And remember I said I was going to pick up another stitch at that marker. So that's 4 stitches. I need to pick up another 3 between these 2 markers. So I've gone through the double loop on the neck. 1, 2, 3. So 5 stitches were on there, so I've now picked up 7 of my 14 stitches, which is good because I'm about halfway. And then I need to pick up 3 stitches between here and here. I'm going to go in 1, 2. Try not to pick up too much of the yarn, otherwise it just makes it a bit thick and bulky. Although if you're folding the collar over, it's a good place to sew it to. So that was 3. I need to pick up an extra stitch on that marker. Just move that out of the way. And then I need to pick up 3 again. Let's get that out of the way, the other way this time. 3 between there and there. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Now I don't like that bigger gap there, so I'm actually going to pick up another 2 stitches here, just to fill that little gap in. 1, 2. It'll make no difference to your neck. It will be fine when you come to start your rib row. You're now going to knit across the stitches from the back, so you just knit across them, you don't pattern them, and then you're going to do the same thing as you did on the right front, down the left front. When you get to these stitches, you're going to put them back onto your needle and you're going to knit them. I hope that video helps you to pick up the neck on a cardigan.